Piel noche momachtiani, tlaskamati sampahin, momachtia nahuatl. Thanks everyone for continuing to study and learn nahuatl. Today's episode, we're covering three small, um, three small but still significant different features in nahuatl. First, we'll learn what ya means. This is the word that means already. We'll give examples on that. We'll talk about the days of the week. This might be a question you thought about how does that work? The days of the week in Nahuatl. And we have another kind of prefix that goes in verbs, which gives us a sense of direction in which things are happening. Towards here, towards there, and towards here. So something that's also very different from English or Spanish. Okay, so the first thing is simple. Ya means already or now. It's very similar to the Spanish word ya, almost identical. And you might be tempted to think that it's a borrowing, but it's actually not. This is it used to be pronounced ye. Well, in Central varieties it's pronounced ye. In the Huasteca and Eastern varieties it's pronounced ya. But it means the same thing, and this word has existed since the time of the before the Spanish came. This word already existed in Nahuatl. Just an accident that in Spanish and Nahuatl they kind of sound the same. So just one of those weird accidents that happen. But it basically, if you know Spanish, it means the same thing. It means ya. But if you don't know Spanish, it basically means already. It means now. Like now, we're gonna go now. Come here now. Go over there now. Go eat now. Or sometimes it can mean already. Like, yeah, I'm already eating. I'm already going to sleep. I'm already gonna go to work. So if you're already gonna do something now, then you would say yeah. You could say ya ni tlacua. I'm already gonna eat. Or I'm already eating, actually. Present tense. Ya niñas. I'm already going to go. Ya ni tlacuajqui. I already ate. Because I put the verb eat in past tense, which means I ate. And putting ya means I already ate. So I've completed that action. Ya ni momachtia. I'm already studying. Already ahead of you. I'm already studying. I'm doing it now. Ya eltok. It's already present. It's already ready. It's ready. It's another way of saying it's ready. It's done. It's placed. What is funny about this and unique to Azteca is that you can merge the ya to the very end of the verb. So take the same words we have, put it at the end, and it changes the pronunciation because, well, for one, the ya sound can merge into the sounds next to it, but also because you've added another syllable to the word. Now the accent, the place where we have the stress, is moved because we have to stick to the second to last syllable. So let me give you an example. I could say ya ni tlacua. I'm already eating. When I put it at the end, it's ni tlacuaya. And it means the same thing. I'm already eating. I could say ya nias. I'm already gonna go. Or I could say ni yasa. It means I'm already gonna go. Ya ni tlacuajqui. You could say ni tlacuajquilla. Ya ni momachtia. You could say ni momachtiaya. Ya eltok. You could say el tohka. Well, why did I say el tohka? Well, because remember the rule, two K's next to each other make the sound of an H. El tohka. El tohka, el tohka. And that's about it. So the main thing is when it merges into the future tense, it's going to change into an S sound. So nias will become niyasa. Yanias will become niyasa. Okay, some day words. Tonali or tonati means a day, referring to the sun. Metztli is a moon or a month, the time span of a month. Shiwit is a year. Well, shiwit can also mean in some cases a type of flame, and most commonly it also means a plant, like any plant, a general plant. Um, but Speaking about time, it refers to a year. Mostla is tomorrow. Yalwa, in some varieties, in Huasteca, it's Yalwaya, is yesterday. Yesterday. Mostlahuitla is the day after tomorrow. Huitla actually can mean both the day after tomorrow or the day before yesterday. Huitla can mean like 2 days in the future or 2 days in the past. But if you want to be specific, you'd say Mostlahuitla to refer to the future, day after tomorrow, or Huitlaya to refer to the day before yesterday. So those are the native ways of referring to time. Nahuatl used to have their own calendar, before the Spanish came. The days of the week were 5 days long, and I believe there are 20 months in the 20 days. The week was 5 days long. The month was 20 days long. There are about 13. Well, depending on which calendar you're using, there's several several more months in the year, 13 to 18, depending on the calendar you're using. There are different calendars also in the back then. But when the Spanish came, that calendar system got destroyed and replaced by the European calendar that we have today. So we'll touch up on that in the next slide. But first we have Ya panok makwili tonati. Okay, this is so we're saying how do we say a few days ago? Like if I want to be specific, 5 days ago. Well, there isn't a word that means ago in Nahuatl. So you actually would describe it. You would say something like it happened, 5 days in the past. It happened. It passed 5 days, and it's understood 5 days ago. And in the future, you would say ipan or pan makwili tonati. So within 5 days or in 5 days, so and so will happen. So that's some ways to describe the future. Another way you could say is wala, which means that's coming. So ni metztlitlan wala would mean this month that is coming. The word tlen here means that is or which is. So ni metztlitlan wala, this month that's coming. I could also say seyok metztli. Seyok means next or another one. So this would mean next month. Last month I could say ni metztlitlen panok. This month which passed. This month which happened, which occurred, which passed. Yalwaya walkinawampo. Yesterday, my friend came. From the word wala, which becomes walki, came. Mostla ni tequitis would mean tomorrow I will work. Okay, and so the days of the week and the days of the moon, the months, like we were saying, basically you're gonna say the Spanish version. And not too exciting, but what is said in native Nahuatl towns, especially by elders, is to pronounce them in a Nahuatl fashion. So instead of, because lunes, there's no such thing as an u sound, kind of in Nahuatl. You might see people pronounce this as lones sometimes. Jueves might sound like jueves, jueves. They're thinking of it as like an o kind of sound. Sábado, domingo. Sometimes people say that domingo or romingo for Sunday. Domingo, domingo, or romingo. Some people will say. And the names of the months is just gonna be the Spanish version. The whole new system, so they're gonna take in, they're gonna adapt the vocabulary from this new system. Okay. And the next and last topic is the directionals on and wal. On and wal are going to go in the middle of the verb, basically right before the verb, the root verb, but after all the prefix and suffix stuff that we've talked about. On means you're doing an action in that way, towards there, wherever there is. Wal means the action's happening towards here. So that's about it. On and wal. On and wal. Towards there is on. Towards here is wal. Some other things to know is that on can be used also. It gives connotations of quickly, fast, soon, you know, something that's pressing, soon will be done. And thirdly, on can also be used to make a request. This kind of like means please in a sense. So when you're telling someone get up, instead of saying shimoketsa, you could say shi on moketsa. And now it sounds a little bit smoother, not as rough as shimoketsa. So that's how you would kind of say, not really please, but soften your request. So just remember the place, on and wal, after the prefixes, but before the verb. Let's see in some examples. I will walk. I'm walking. I will walk toward there, which would mean ni on nehnemis. So ni on nehnemis. Ni is the prefix. On means towards there. Nehnemis is to walk. Ni on nehnemis. I'm gonna go walk towards over there. Nimitzon itas. I'm gonna go see you towards over there where you're at, basically. I'm gonna see you towards specifying the location in your direction. Right? I'm gonna see you in that direction. Nikon onis se chichik. Nikon onis se chichik. I'm gonna drink a beer. A bitter one, basically. I'm gonna drink a bitter one. Nikon, and then oni is to drink. So nik is ni is the subject, me, k means it, on in that direction, and oni to drink. Nik on onis. Nikon onis se chichik. So yeah, you're training your brain to fit a lot of information into one word. Wika is to take something. So shikon wika tlaxcali would mean go ahead and go take that tortilla in that direction. Right? Go take the tortilla in that direction. Shikon wika. Shikon wika tlaxcali. Wal. There's a song where they say Kiwal toka no pamasatl, which means he was following or chasing that deer towards here. To give you some context, this is a dog that's being used to help hunt a deer. And I guess the dog is scaring the deer, bringing it towards us. So they said, Kiwal toka no pamasatl. He was chasing that deer towards here. Chinechwal ita. Come see me towards over here. Chinechwal ita. So I could be screaming to someone who's, on the hill over there and we can see each other, but I'm like, come over here and see me. Come see me towards over here. Chinechwal ita. Okay, this prefix wal gave birth to the verb walwika. Remember, wika means to take something. Walwika is to take something in this direction. And this gave birth to the word to bring something. So walwika, or smoothened out to walika, means to bring something. Walika. Like I say, shik walika. Shik walika, bring it. Bring what? Ne tlaxcali. Bring that tortilla. And so this is how you say to bring something. Walika. Shik walika ne tlaxcali. Bring that tortilla. Okay, so think about it. Which one of these would be correct? Could you say on ni mitzita, ni on mitzita, or ni mitz on ita? Think about this for a sec. Think about the principles we talked about in this video. Not so much all this sequence of crazy sounds that probably sound the same to you right now. And the answer would be number 3. Remember, nimitz is the prefixes. So it's going to go after the prefixes, but before the verb. Nimitz on ita. Okay, how about in this one? Which one's correct? Would I say tion nech palewia, tinech on palewia, on tinech palewia? Well, definitely not number 3. Definitely is not the very first thing. Not before tinech. So it would be number 2. Tinech on palewia. Which one here is correct? Con chiwas, on kichiwas, or on chiwas? Which means he's gonna do it in that direction. It's basically ki on chiwas, but merged in. Well, I kind of gave you the answer right there. Ki on chiwas merges into con chiwas. Number 1. Number 2, put it right. They put it before the ki, which it doesn't do. So it's not on ki, it's ki on or con. And on chiwas is totally missing the prefix. Si on nech makaat, sinech on makaat, or on sinech makaat. It means give me water, please. Not number 3. You can't put on at the very beginning. Not before she. Even the she is technically a prefix, so not before she. So it's either she on nech maka or she nech on maka. Well, she on nech maka, that's pretty nice that they put it the on after the prefix and before the verb. But the other prefix here is nech, so that one's got to go before it. So it'd be number 2. She nech on maka. She nech on maka. Go on and give me some water, please. Okay, so those are 3 more random things that we had missed in our lessons up until now. Las kamati no chime. Hope you stick around for some more learning.